There are moments in your journey when a door closes, often without warning or explanation. It may feel final, like a rejection or a punishment. But what if that closed door was not the end, nor a detour meant to hinder, but rather a veiled protection? What if, in the mystery of what you don't receive, in the whispers of unanswered prayer, there is a deeper mercy at work? Someone watching over you, knowing both the dangers and the possibilities hidden just beyond your sight?
That closed door you wondered about, questioned, or even grieved, I allowed it for your sake, not against you. Because every path unfolds under a greater wisdom than we can understand in any given moment. Sometimes the greatest kindness is not a resounding yes, but a gentle no, or even a quiet wait. Perhaps you saw only the loss, the opportunity missed, or the relationship that drifted away, but I saw the outcome your heart could not discern, the snare you narrowly escaped, and the better that was waiting just around the bend. There were times when you faced delays, when the thing you hoped for didn't arrive on your timeline. You might have wrestled with the not yet, not seeing the movement happening beneath the surface, unperceived but deeply intentional. Those delays were not denials, they were strategic pauses. Sometimes I orchestrated those delays because I was realigning circumstances, hearts, or events to bring about a blessing that was far more right for you, something that would fit the shape of your need, your growth, your destiny, in ways you hadn't begun to imagine. It's easy to think that blessing shows itself only in what is given or achieved, in every answered prayer, every dream fulfilled, every hope satisfied as you expected. But sometimes, often, the true blessing is in what does not happen, in the invisible hand that withheld something from you, not out of neglect or indifference, but out of deliberate love. I am not a clockwork God who simply responds to wishes. I am a storyteller who sees the grand narrative, who moves pieces into place to protect and prepare you, to shape you into someone ready for more than you thought possible.
You have asked, why? So many times, those questions tumbled from your lips in the quiet of midnight or flared up amid the difficulties of your day. These were not accusations, but earnest searches for meaning and assurance, longing to know there is a purpose, a plan that hasn't unraveled behind your back. And you wondered if all of these questions could wear out welcome or test patience. But questions are not failures. They are evidence of the heart still reaching out, refusing to surrender connection. Your cries, your doubts, your searching. I've heard it all, cherished them, and welcomed them. Questions mean you still care. They mean you are still engaged with me. Whatever it looks like right now, my plan has not failed. Circumstances may appear at odds with what you hoped for. The shape of your days might look different than the dream you carried. But different does not mean wrong. Different can mean tailored, can mean protected, can mean destined for beauty beyond the margin of your fears. The events that seem to spiral outside of expectation have not caught me by surprise. Even when you have no map, I have every step charted with intention. Your story, unfolding in real time, sometimes in confusion, often in hope. I am still writing it. Each chapter shaped by wisdom, love, and the desire for you to flourish in ways you cannot see in advance. Every line is more beautiful than you imagine, not because it is tension-free, but because it is honest, hard-won, and full of grace. The detours, the left-behind dreams, the closed doors, the silent waits, they are brushstrokes on a canvas whose shape will only be fully seen when you step back and view with the benefit of time. You are not forgotten, nor are you lost. You are being led through seasons that will teach you resilience, tenderness, and wisdom. Those delays you've dreaded are invitations into deeper trust. The refusals you resented turned out to be sparing you from pain you cannot measure. The empty places you feared would swallow you have become places of surprising provision, if only you dare to look closer. It's all right to feel the ache of longing for the answer, the relationship, the opportunity. It's all right to wish, hope, and even mourn for doors that were never meant to open, or that closed before you could walk through.
The ache is not a symptom of failure. It is a language of love, because disappointment is the shadow cast by hope. But hope, once refined by waiting and shaped by faith, becomes more than wishful thinking. It transforms into a quiet confidence that what is withheld is sometimes as gracious as what is given. You might look at your life and see unfinished prayers, incomplete dreams, disjointed plans. But I see the arcs you cannot measure, the beginnings that do not look like beginnings, the endings that aren't truly endings. Every delay and denial is part of the grammar of your becoming. Every redirection is written not in haste, but in the conviction that you are worth a masterpiece. Do you remember the moments where you were certain you missed your one chance? Or when it seemed like the pieces of your life no longer fit together? Perhaps you were convinced the silence was abandonment, or that my absence meant indifference. But in those very moments, beneath the surface of disappointment, I was weaving together the next part of your story, a story with unexpected beauty, with new invitations and deeper mercies. There are lessons that cannot be learned in plenty, insights gained only in the absence of what we think we need. In seasons of less, when your hands are empty but your heart is open, you discover strength, grace, and capability within yourself, gifts that would have been missed in the abundance you longed for. Sometimes the greatest provision is found when the obvious provision is withheld. The well didn't run dry, rather a deeper spring was being unearthed. You might think that peace comes only when all the puzzle pieces fit, but peace can bloom smack in the middle of uncertainty, rooted not in perfect outcomes but in trust that the unseen hand which writes your story does so with loving intention. Your faith is not proven by perpetual satisfaction, but by the choice to lean in, to keep asking, and to wait even when the answer is unclear. When life unravels, or looks as if it might, trust that this is holy ground. The unraveling may not be destruction, but the very weaving together of something new, something which will one day make sense, and for which you will find yourself grateful. Patience is not easy, but it is profound. It is the trust that the best things are sometimes grown slowly, even in darkness, in the soil of your surrendered questions. There are seasons when you are given a glimpse, a hint, a foreshadowing of the good on its way, reminders to keep believing, to keep open. But more often you do not see until you look back. Only then do you realize that the sidestep, the closed door, the painful wait, each played a part in bringing you to a place you never would have chosen, but one that fits you so much better than what you first wanted. So hold on to hope. Not the brittle hope that clings only to specific outcomes, but the flexible hope that trusts in a bigger story unfolding. This is the hope that endures even in the face of unanswered questions, in seasons of loss, in the face of plans remade and dreams reshaped. This is the hope that has learned to say, even if not this, then something better. Even if not now, then in perfect time. Even if not how I thought, then how it's meant to be. Continue to bring your honest questions, your raw heart, your uncertainty. Nothing you say or feel can push me away. Questions do not disappoint me. Rather, they reveal your enduring search for connection and meaning. When you lift your prayers, whether loud or whispered, they are not required to be perfectly formed. They are simply required to be real. Your honesty is itself an act of faith, an offering more precious than rehearsed certainty or feigned contentment. Know this. My love for you is not threatened by your confusion or your persistence. My plans do not fail because of your worry or doubt. In fact, your journey through those doubts, your willingness to wrestle with uncertainty, is part of the deepening of your faith, the rooting of your life in something stronger and more abiding than fleeting happiness. I am not just the God of the celebratory ending, but present in the muddle of the middle chapters, faithful when it all feels like more questions than answers. Your limits are not a liability. They are the reason you lean on me. You don't need to see the entire map. The trust you build in the not knowing, the patience you cultivate, the fortitude you discover. These are not detours, but the very reason for the journey. Someday, when the story is told from the vantage of completion, You will marvel at the rightness of every closed door, the mercy in every slow dawn, the wisdom of every rerouted step.
Do not mistake my silence for absence, nor my delays for indifference. I am in the waiting, in the tension, in the unresolved hopes. I am the author who writes plot twists you cannot anticipate, who weaves together every strand, even the knotted, frayed ones, into a tapestry richer in love and meaning than you can imagine. Rest, even as you strive. Release what was never yours to hold, and cling to what is eternally true. The author has not left the story. What you see as a chapter's end may simply be the pause before a new beginning. Your hardships, your heartbreaks, your wrong turns, none are wasted. Each is a page in the story of your becoming. Let yourself grieve what didn't happen, but also dare to hope for what is yet to come. If you could see the finished masterpiece, you would not trade a line. Each closed door is protection, each delay preparation, each detour destined. Let yourself be drawn by the rhythm of patience, shaped by the music of trust. The greatest stories are not the easiest. They are the ones in which the characters are changed from within. You are being refined, not disregarded, prepared, not punished. Lift your chin, let go of shame, release regret. You are not behind, nor are you running out of time. The story is unfolding at precisely the right pace. The doors that remain closed are closed with care, and the path you are on has meaning, even where the light is dim. You will look back and see that the things you did not receive were themselves gifts, and that the waiting became a bridge instead of an obstacle. You will see that what you perceived as loss was in some mysterious way a tender act of preservation and preparation.
So take heart. Keep moving forward, step by step, prayer by prayer. My hand is not withdrawn. My affection is never out of reach. Though you may tire or lose your way, I will not leave you. The next chapter is already written, and it is good. Allow yourself to believe it. Not only have you not missed your best, but better than you hoped awaits you. Every delay, denial, and detour is being worked, and will be worked, into a story so full of redemption and purpose that every tear will have meaning, every question its answer. You are not running out of time, nor running out of chances. Even the wastelands of your life are places where wildflowers will grow, unexpected beauty spring up from the soil of surrender. The grace that brought you this far will be enough for every tomorrow. Your story is not broken. It is being woven. It is not finished. Even the parts you would have left out are essential, purposeful, and ultimately precious. What is behind you has been gathered. What is before you is prepared with care. Lift your gaze with the confidence of one who is loved beyond measure. Step through each day, trusting not in the certainty of circumstances, but in the steadfastness of my intention for you. Hold joy with open hands, aware that its fullness sometimes grows best in the fields of delayed expectation. Do not be afraid when the road bends away from what you planned. Do not despair when the answer is different than the one you wanted. In every loss, there is a hidden kindness. In every unanswered prayer, a hidden yes. Your questions have been heard, your tears seen, your persistence valued. One day, looking back, you will thank me for every closed door, every delay, every withheld gift. You will see the fingerprint of love across every chapter, even those you now find confusing or incomplete. Stay curious. Keep seeking. Keep asking. I am not discouraged by your questions, nor impatient with your journey. Each doubt you express, each hope you dare to nurture, is a sign you are alive to the possibility of renewal. I am still writing your story. It is not lost. It is in progress. And believe this, it is more beautiful, more hopeful, more deeply woven with love than you could possibly imagine. You can rest in this assurance. Even in the mystery, even in the wait, you are being carried. The door that closed was not the end. The delay was not a punishment. The blessing is both in what arrives and what is withheld. You are protected, cherished, and destined for a fullness of life you cannot outrun or outdream. So trust the author, trust the process, trust the story.
even as it surprises you, frustrates you, or takes a path you would not have chosen. In the end, it will be a story worth telling, and you will marvel at the grace that was with you every step of the way.